Well, it is a beautiful day, I have to say. Uh, but I am wearing this, and it's only for very rare, and I do mean rare occasions. There's an association going on right here. This is Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid and my very, very special guest, Showtime, Marcel. Mr. Williams, thank you so much for spending some time on Stirring the Pot, my friend.
Nah, no problem, man. How you doing?
I'm okay. I feel a little dirty in this Dan Demand shirt. I figured this was a good occasion to wear such, so we can maybe start on a good level because
I was wondering
and
why you not wearing my shirt.
well see that's where I was going. I don't have one, so this I thought this was not the next best thing. You and Dan Demand are pretty cool, so I thought we could maybe be cool about it, no?
Nah, because you promoting Dan the Man. You supposed to be promoting Showtime Marcel Williams. I just don't understand that.
All right. Well, I was trying to do an association, boys and girls, did not work out in my favor. So this could be a ride. I don't know where this is going to go because what we do here, Mr. Williams, is we pull back the curtain a little bit. Now, he does know that, and I know I'm explaining it, but we had an interview sometime back at the end of last year, and Don Kincaid, we all know he's not too bright. He's not all there. And yeah, my shit got all messed up. So I'm trying to make it up to Mr. Williams. So we pull back the curtain. We try to see if he'll give us a little insight on that rough, gruff character he's got going on. And he can, hopefully, he shares with the fans. So are you good with maybe hanging out and talking to the fans? Is that okay with Mr. Showtime?
Nah, that's fine. That's fine.
All right. All right. Cool.
I'll, I'll,
Hey,
I'll be social now, so yeah, that's fine.
okay, that's a good start. I appreciate that. We are going through some topsy turvy times. We're trying to dodge the kin COVID and the kin. Oh man, that cracks me up every time. We're trying to dodge the kin COVID out here, and I know it's a serious matter, but I just try to be a little light, and I appreciate your time. You and your family, you're good through all of these crazy times, yes, sir.
Yeah, we're good. It just I've been working a lot, so I'm one of the essential workers, which is fortunate, and it's unfortunate for other people that it's not working right now. But it's a troubled time right now. But this sharing of through online, we doing a social distance, but the thing is, online we still keep it active doing online. So I'm glad I'm seeing that going on, where we could continue the process of keeping conversation instead of just sitting in the house and not doing anything, or just being cooped up. So I kind of like this.
Uh, if I may ask and be so bold, we have been quarantined for a little bit, but you've been able to get out of the house. You and Mrs. Williams, she's not sick of Mr. Williams because he's been out the house, so you guys are good, right? Because this quarantine is going to f up a lot of people. I'm just saying.
No, it is, but yeah, I've been out the house like Monday to Friday. I'd be out the house, so she's kind of fine seeing my face every once in blue moon, but it just I was listening to a few podcasts lately anyway, and it's just going through emotional quarantine. Now everybody's getting mad sitting in the house now.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't got mad lately. It takes a little bit because I sit in the house anyway every once in a blue moon, and then I go out somewhere. But I started getting that the other day, where even though I do go to work and be out, it's just the fact like you get tired of cooped up because you can't go to the stores, you can't go to the malls, you can't go shopping. Yeah, you go shopping online, but it's different than going out there to go touch something and be like, yeah, I want this.
Yeah.
So it's a different new normal right now, which is going to take all of us as a world a while to get a hold of, but
Mm-hmm.
it certainly changes everything going forward now. So
It does, and I mean, we are all you guys and girls that perform in the ring, referees and such, and us fans. We are both missing wrestling so much right now.
absolutely.
Besides, um, what are you doing associated to wrestling besides going to work, keeping your mind off of the whole mess, and making providing for your family? Wrestling wise, though, are you finding time to do you do home workouts or what wrestling related are you trying to keep up with?
Well, Well, truthfully, I've been working so much, and then now that I was starting getting, it was crazy because after Unchained, I started getting like flu-like symptoms. So I got scared for a bit. I thought I had it for a minute. And then like, nah, I just had regular. Because once I get sick, I get sick. Like I get terrible sick. Like I think I had the virus if before the virus was even a thing. If I get, that's how bad I get sick. So it just I was just keeping quiet. So I haven't really did home workouts yet. Now I'm gonna do it this week because now I'm like 100% better now. So it just home workout is kind of hard for me because like I'm so used to going to the gym
Mhm.
and then like doing stuff. I have weights here, but it just I gotta find certain home workouts to do now to get back into that groove again. I need to go get elliptical too. That was helping out a lot. So now I got to put in certain funds to get something in the house now instead because gyms are closed. So
Yeah, it's got to be difficult for everybody around right now in the industry to not have wrestling as we spoke of. But I'd like to, for the fans that don't know, Showtime Marcel Williams, and correct me if I'm wrong, sir, you are based out of PAPW, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling in East Haven, Connecticut. Is that correct?
that is correct.
And man, you guys and girls, you put on some fantastic times for us, the fans out there, and it looks like you guys are having as much fun. Um, could you talk about, is that where you actually started in wrestling? Because not always your home base is where you started. And what kind of time frame are we talking with Mr. Marcel Williams on? We talk character. We like to talk character here. This
Mhm.
character you have, Showtime. What kind of time frame has Marcel Williams taken?
It's been a long process. I didn't start all in PAPW. Like we spoke a few months ago. I started in '07 with Roma because Roma had a school in Bridgeport at the time. And I started learning from there. My first match was actually in '07, but I really started training like I think it was like '05. I started training in '05. So I started with Chris Battle, his brother Anthony Battle, Brian Anthony. Like I was green as drizzling poop. So
It's okay.
uh, yeah, it's just it started all the way there, and then I started with my first match was in '07, so I was like Mr. Williams, Park City Gangster. Mind you, not a gangster, nowhere near a gangster at all. So it's just now I look back on it, like everybody has those first gimmicks where you're like, oh God, like you gotta come up with something. So even when I took time off before PAPW started and like 2 years off, and then when PAPW started, that's when I started really getting a groove. No BS though. Like it comes a time where you do get tired of the business, and I'm sure every performer will tell you that. Like they get tired of the business after a while, where like it's not fun anymore. You're like, oh well, like how much more can I do? What other avenues can I go towards? But it just you get tired after a while, especially personal stuff get involved. So it took time, and then when PAPW started, um, that's when I started getting a groove. That's when you start getting the itch, and you like, I don't know if you when you started like getting involved with PAPW like that. I think you see the first few shows?
I came in a little bit after the tenure started of PAPW, and it was at the big shows because there was no Friday Night Alley fights when I started with PAPW. But
Yeah,
you guys get the fans' attention by your storylines and stuff. So that's why I kept coming back, and I've been having a blast since.
I'm glad that you had a blast. It just it took, like I said, it took me a while to get that Marcel Williams character. First of all, I had to find. Let's just be real. Everybody knows when you start off in the wrestling business, you gotta find a name. So it's like Mr. Williams was not gonna take me anywhere, truthfully. Like unless I'm Mr. Hughes or something like that, wearing a suit or something like that. But I just started. I found the name Marcel Williams, and I always wanted. It was funny because I always called myself Mr. Showtime when I was like younger. When I used to like play wrestle with my friends and stuff. So it was like I started off Mr. Showtime. Then I said, "Oh well, Showtime Marcel Williams." So it just evolved into that, and then you gotta get the right gear and try to find your right groove, how you want to do it, and it helped out. And then recently I just started eating healthy. Started eating healthy, started getting the body like looking good, presentable. So now when I look back at videos and I see like all this extra, I'm like, oh, look at this guy. Like, look at this guy. But that's the business. You gotta evolve. So
uh, evolution's a very, very major part of trying to be a successful wrestler, and without it, you kind of fall stale. You get lost in that shuffle and such. So, and it don't
yeah,
take much. It just takes these little things. It could be a gear change. It could be, you're a heel naturally from what I from what I see. You're a heel naturally. So sometimes it's almost you could turn up that heel gear a little extra, which you've kind of done because we're going to get into that later with the Tri-State Kings. But
yeah.
you you were associated. I want to get into this with one Dan the Man in a team called Team Shazam. I would like, because I don't know the history and the members when you were in Team Shazam. Could you tell us, the fans, Dan the Man, was he? Let me rephrase that. The ringleader, Dan the Man, who was under his umbrella? Could you give us a little journey on that, please?
Well, it's funny because I met Dan the Man like I think like almost 6 months into my first few matches. So I learned a little bit from him, but I learned a little bit from everybody. But we started getting cool, and then that's how the Team Shazam started. Team Shazam started like the second time I came back. Like when I came back to PAPW, I started like venturing out and doing the Teen Shazam stuff with him. Um, it's fun, you know what I'm saying? It's comical, but certain times, you gotta veer off on your own.
Mm-hmm.
But,
Yeah.
but under the Teen Shazam umbrella, you had Andy Bivens, and then
Mm-hmm.
you had Kenny Bengals from another universe, and then you got Corey Dillinger that always jumps back and forth between universes and stuff. So Teen Shazam, and then you add a few other features that get added in every once in a blue moon. But Team Shazam is its own character.
It is. You guys we're getting and Team Shazam, it may not live as strong as it did. I think we might see a resurgence in the future, because when wrestling comes back, Mr. Danos, if you will, very creative person in and out that ring. So I'm actually looking to see where Team Shazam goes in the future, because there are some characters in Team Shazam, but you've always taken us on quite the ride. Because like you said, you spread your wings a little bit, and then you would bring it back and you would kind of utilize it, and such, and whoever was in Team Shazam would bring it into different companies. I think that's what made it fun for the fans.
Yeah, because it's different. It's different versions in different companies, and then the brand Team Shazam, it started expanding in different ways. So it's just getting
Yeah.
the brand out there more, which soon later we're gonna segue into the Tri-State Kings, so we're not gonna get there yet. But
No.
Team Shazam is a thing of the past. So
Okay. Hey, hey, like you said, sometimes you just got to move on, try your own gig, and let's talk about trying your own gig, because I'll tell you, you were Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, the champ. Not the champ, the champ for quite some time, and you were running amok. Yeah, and to be honest with you, I mean, come on, let's all be honest. You had a little help here and there, and then you would you pull little shenanigans now and then to kind of keep that strap afloat.
are
Tell
you
us.
accusing me, Don?
Oh, no, never, sir.
You
No,
sure?
no.
Because
Could you
because
please
I did get a W at the end of the day. Did I get a W at the end of the day?
unfortunate? Well, hey, not unfortunate. Yes, sir. You did.
Okay. the record books, if you can find them, says I'm the winner, right?
Yeah. W.
There we go. There we go. So it
All
doesn't
right.
matter
So,
how I won or how I did it.
as they say, a win is a win. It doesn't matter.
There we
But
go.
again, I try to introduce the fans to maybe men and women they don't know in the industry, and maybe get a little broader spectrum to connect with Marcel Williams. Could you talk us about your reign as a champion? What's it like taking on a nice title run and just showing the fans I'm king. This is my company. I'd like to get a perspective on a long run champion, and I got one right here.
Um, it's about power, Don. I mean, the thing is, it's real challenging. You got everybody on the roster that want a shot at the top prize in that company. You know what I'm saying? Dan the Man could tell you, HOP could tell you because they got tag team titles, and it's just once you on top of that mountain. Hey, listen, what's the problem? What's the
No,
problem?
go ahead. No, go
Listen,
ahead, sir.
when you got the top prize in any promotion, was beyond wrestling, or there's any promotion, you know it's a challenge. It's a work that you have to process to keep that top prize, and that's what I did 2 times, by the way. So now the process now is trying to get that top prize back. So sooner or later, whenever this virus is done, because going segue back to what we was talking about earlier with the break of the wrestling business, once this is all set, the wrestling business is going to boom again because people been so cooped up in the house. I mean, soon as any, whether it's concerts, whether it's sports, it's just going to be booming. So I'm ready. Soon as this is over, the process of getting PAPW championship will be in order. So that's how it is,
Right here, right now, stirring the pot, Don Kincaid, center ring, and all of that good stuff. You're saying right here, right now, is that a challenge to the new? I got to say the new because, man, holy crap, what a show. I love me some Matthias, but are you challenging Vlad right here, right now for that championship?
Well, however you want to take it, Don. I mean, whenever the PAPW management decide to give me a shot, I mean, I don't know whether I'm a number one contender or not. I should be, but it is what it is. Sooner or later, whenever this process decides to be done, maybe I may get a shot. But Matthias is probably next in line. You know how they use that rematch clause stuff. So
Yeah. Man, the championship, you guys, PAPW specifically, man, you guys take us on quite the ride. The storylines, again, we love the storylines, and I mean, without the storylines, I mean, it's just a couple guys mingling up in a ring, and there's nothing for us to really get invested in. And the characters you guys come out, and I mean, you've got a Russian, you've got Showtime, you've got the Haven and Flash and the new up and comers, and that's what I really want to talk about because Marcel's been in the game for a bit. PAPW is his home, but they do training there in East Haven, and man, you guys got some really cool kids coming up. Can you talk about the students coming up and share some names that you're really looking, you're seeing some good strides and you're looking to see what the future brings?
Well, the future for PAPW or the business as a whole, you gotta grow some new life in the business. It always can't be the same people, and then you get fresh matchups and fresh attitude in the business as well. Dustin Flash Wallers is really grown in his own, since a year ago, and then you got the Haven, which is always a treat when they get in a ring, and then Kylon King as well. But it just you gotta set up for the future, and that's what PAPW is trying to do at this moment. It's just because you can't rely on not only just myself or Matthias or Holiday. You gotta, or even HOP. It just you gotta make up for the future. Just like Waves and Curls. Waves and Curls is hot right now. So it, even though I have my problems with Trayvon Jordan, no matter how much the problems are, they still good. So they're the hottest thing in independent wrestling right now. So you got them, the Haven, and then you got the Firm. So there's so much growth in the future of independent wrestling.
The Firm, you did mention him, and I know you mentioned some great names. And as we spoke, I talked to Trayvon right before Mr. Showtime. Um, I'm going to talk about both real quick. Waves and Curls, very young in the scene right now. They've only had together, and I kid you not, because I would never want to steer Mr. Williams wrong. They've only had like maybe 10 matches right now together as a tag team. And like you said, they are fire right now on the independent scene. But then we talk about the Firm. Holy crap. It could be 4 of them. It could be 2 of them. It could be 1 of them. It does not matter. They have made a mark on the scene right now, and the crowd absolutely loves to boo the piss out of them, and they love to pee on us, if you will, right in return. We have a great relationship. Talk about the Firm, because they are some young, really young guys, and it takes 4. It doesn't take. Let me rephrase that. There's 4 of them, but it takes a lot of chemistry and a lot of being on the same page and getting your mind straight to pull off what they're doing. Talk about the Firm, what you're seeing from the Firm right now.
The Firm is like you can't compare, because you always had the Horsemen, and you had Evolution, and you have another 4-man group. You got the Shield, or like it's a group thing. So each person in that group has a character that gravitates to that fan that makes y'all want to hate these guys. But Sammy, since like 2 or 3 years ago, has grown his craft, whether doing New Japan training camps or whatever he needs to do to get better. And then Elijah Six, he got a future of his own. So once he gets himself together, as in like character wise, and just like evolve, and Jay Breaks, and Esquire, as a group, they're golden. And then separate, they even better. So it's like you gotta build a group that way. It can't be around one guy. You gotta have a group where everybody is evolving, so you can make not only their self better, but the business better as well. So I like that, where each person is evolving their own to not even make the group better, but the company or the business better.
And man, they are drawing what I like to call white heat when it's so hot, and it gets that really weird white. Oh my God, Elijah with the kids and the signs, and just their mouths, all of them. Oh my goodness, man, it's crazy.
Yo, listen. Sometimes you gotta get that white hot heat in the wrestling business. You can't always be a fan favorite or whatever. You gotta get that white hot heat, where like hate is a good thing in the wrestling business, whether you like it, whether you believe it or not.
But those are the kind of things that take us, the fans, on a ride, and that's what I like to be invested in and involved in, being and so interactive with all you guys and girls. That small scene where it's 100, 200, 300 people, and you're putting on such a fantastic show, but you're always, every single show, you're always getting us involved, no matter what it is. And we thank you guys for doing that, because we have such a good time. Oh my God, at PAPW, and it doesn't matter, Friday Night Alley Fights, or if it's one of the big shows, Dieselmania, the WrestleMania for PAPW, always good times. And I appreciate what you do for the fans. And we we have great times for very low price too, because Friday Night Alley Fights is only $5, and we see some amazing people come in that place.
Yeah, Alley Fights. Alley Fights is not only is entertaining for that $5, but you get your money's worth. And then not only that, you got the big shows now, which is even getting better. So we try to make sure we get y'all invested for any amount of money, whether it's $15, whether it's $20. You know what I'm saying? We try to get you that entertainment that you will get other places. So it's just and then now, like you said earlier, the storylines, we just try to get y'all invested somehow, whether it's for a title or not. You just you gotta be different than other companies instead of just throwing matches together and just throwing on a card and say, oh yeah, just go out there and have a 5-star match. No, you gotta tell a story from the beginning of the show to the end, and then you got to build to the next one. So it's just this virus kind of messed up everything. So it's just like now we on a pause now, but like I said, like storyline wise, we just try to get y'all invested, and then still try to do that in the process while we going through this now. So it just sooner or later, it just once this is all set, we're golden. Then we start building towards Diesel Mania 5. So,
I I'd like to talk about Unchained. There was a beautiful prize in this Hercules Hernandez Memorial Cup Battle Royal, and could you share with the fans who the winner of that said Memorial Battle Royal was?
The winner of by the way, it's not a battle royal, it's a tournament.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Don, you keep on continuously messing up every time, but I gotta save you on this one. It's okay.
Thank
you. 3 times in one night, I beat 3 Chumpsuckas in one night to win a nice Hercules Hernandez Memorial Trophy.
It's beautiful. It's not nice.
Okay, well, it's a nice trinket for me to have, so I could use to move forward to a PAPW championship. But it's like I said, no, put all that to the side. It was a prestigious award that I worked hard to win. You can't say I cheated because you can't say, did I do it by myself or did I do it? You okay, see, I see you a hater, but that's okay. We'll take that. Like I said, beat 3 Chumpsuckers in one night. So now, going forward, the mission is to get what is rightfully mine, and that's the PAPW championship. But like I said, Unchained was a special event for me because Roma trained me in this whole game since the start, and me winning that award just makes it so much special to me because I know Hercules meant a lot to him. So going forward, I know that's a top prize to him, so it's a top prize to me. So it's not just nice; it is a great honor to be the first Ray Hercules Hernandez Memorial Tournament winner.
Now, in Test of Strength, there is the Killer Kowalski K1 Classic Trophy, and they utilize that as a symbol of a championship. It's actually defended as a championship. Is that kind of maybe similar of what the Hernandez Trophy resembles, or what happens with that? Do you defend it, or where does this go from here?
Nah, the tournament is actually a yearly thing, so it's just it won't be defended. It's just whoever I may win it next year again for the second time. Never know, but every year is going to be a yearly thing where it's like a King of the Ring type tournament. So, it won't be defended.
So we have to hear how you're the first ever forever. Oh man, we're going to be
first.
We're man. Sorry, boys and girls. It is what it is.
Don't hate.
Right now, Marcel Williams, we talked about your character. I'd actually like to find out, where does the character go from here forward? Do you have a timeline on wrestling itself for Marcel Williams, or are you just going to kind of venture and kind of see where this career path takes you?
I want to try to venture out more. Like I told you in the past, I want to venture out more. Not only that, but not in the ring, but try to do like behind the scenes stuff too. I like that stuff as well. So I just want to learn the business as a whole, which is production or anything like that, because there's always a job in the business. It don't have to be in the ring, but out of the ring as well. You know that.
Absolutely. It takes a village or an army, however you want to put it. to make one event happen. I tell you that it takes so many people.
It
You
does.
know, the I like on here. I like to talk about how difficult it is without having a support behind you as a wrestler. If you're female, if you're male, if you're a ring announcer, if you're a referee, no matter what part you play in wrestling, there has to be a support group because wrestling is not an easy venture to do in any fashion at all.
Mhm.
A support group for Marcel Williams. Do you have somebody behind you that says, you know what, go get that dream, do your thing, you're doing fantastic? You got somebody with you on the side doing that for you?
Yeah, my wife always give me, she was like, listen, you need to venture out. This is you're good enough to venture out. So she always tells me all the time. My son always does it as well. And then certain times I have other people that just tell me like randomly, like, listen, like venture out, do more things. You can't just stay where you at. So the plan is going forward is just trying to venture out. And not only that, like wrestle like good talent like JT Dunn or like, Christian Casanova is real good. I watch his stuff and then like people that's like make you better. So that's my biggest mission right now is just to start working people that's better than me to help me get even better. So that's my biggest mission going forward right now is just trying to challenge myself going forward.
Hey, there is nothing wrong with that because if you don't challenge yourself in wrestling, you never get that progression to get to another level and then get to another level. So, hats off to you because some are comfortable by just staying at their home base or working with X people. And
Yeah,
again, that's fine if that's what you want to do. But if you really want to push yourself and get to a different level, what Marcel just explained, that's what you got to do is just find the talent that will push you, challenge you, and make you a better wrestler. Indeed. Great
yeah,
advice.
it's just that's the only I'm learning that now. When I was like a few years ago, a few years ago you just don't know. Now I know. Where it's like, yeah, you need to challenge yourself. You need to face people that are better than you and try to step out of the promotion that is your home promotion. You
Mhm.
can't just stay in that home promotion and just be like, oh well, something's gonna come to me. You gotta go out there and get it. So it took a while for me to understand that. But like I said, it's like it goes back to what we said, evolution in business that you learn that you wish you knew years ago. So
Mhm. As your character, Showtime, when you use facial you use facial expressions very well in the ring, and
mhm.
I'm kind of curious because I don't think I've ever asked anybody this. A facial expression is something that's a very important part of being in the ring. Is that something that you really had to work on, or was it something that came naturally? Because they work.
um, it came naturally. I always do facial expressions all the time. That's something that just be like it'd be weird. I'd be looking like, what is that? But it just naturally. But facial expressions is the main thing in the wrestling business that people need to do. It shows the emotion, like whether it's that close pinfall or whether you had it or not, or whether you get cheated or whether you win. The emotion that I be showing, I just try to incorporate that with my character of just showing the emotion that I go through in the ring. I want you to feel that. So like I always had that facial expression just like randomly. I'll do it at work. I'll be having facial expression and somebody just be laughing like what are you doing? I'm like, listen, like you just don't see what I just saw, but I just seen it. It's just ridiculous, but it just naturally you could ask somebody like regular person that knows me, they were like, yo, like Marcel Williams' facial expressions just be off the chain, like behind the scenes. Because if I see something and y'all be like, what was that? Like, what is going on? But yeah, facial expressions is natural for me, but I just try to incorporate that in the ring as well. So
Yeah, again, part of the whole package, and you make it work. And like you said, you don't always have to use them in every single match. I mean, to a degree at certain points, maybe, but
certain
it's not
points,
like
yeah.
you always do stuff like that, you know, like you're saying, you get that 2 count, you come up and you're like, you look at the ref, and those are the fun moments that I really like to zoom in a little bit when you guys are working in the ring. Those are fun times right there.
Yeah, you know, I just try to make sure it's not enjoyable. It's not only enjoyable for me in the ring, but it's enjoyable for you. So you be like, you sit there and be like, yo, like I felt that, you know. So it's just like, I just try. You know, I watched wrestling for so many years now. So it's like I watched it since I was like 3 years old. So now, like whatever I do naturally in the ring, I just do it because it's all learned from what I've been watching and learning, and not only like from like my personal training. It's just like I just learned from that, just from years of watching it. Whether it was WWF at the time or or WCW, NWA, like I just learned it, you know. So it just came to me naturally with the emotions, but just wrestling wise of trying to figure out how to like put placement in certain matches and like not going there and doing like 30 or 40 maneuvers or trying to do it. I try to like incorporate story from the beginning to the end. So, I mean, it's not wrong with doing 30 or 40 maneuvers, but you just got to make sure you place it in the match where it makes sense. You know, I always say it, and somebody could tell you this, and and going forward, if they watch this or you talk to anybody, it's about longevity. Longevity, whether it's wrestling or whether it's you at a job or anywhere, is longevity. So you just gotta think about that instead of just going crazy in a ring for 15 minutes. Make those 15 minutes count. You know,
Mhm.
you could do it the other way. So.
Absolutely, because you can tell a story by using a maneuver, even with a little bit of time. May it be a headlock, may it be a hammerlock, may it be something, trying to get out of it and wrenching it more. Those little things, it's all part of it, you know.
Mhm.
So the high flying, it's eye catching. It's the fans really dig it. It's
Mhm.
flashy. And you can like you said, you don't have to use it all. You can incorporate it, but man, you do a fine job because we love to boo you, for real. And
I appreciate the booze.
yeah, and I know you do. Like it's weird when you come out, Mr. Williams. It's the craziest shit I think I've ever seen in wrestling. You come out of the curtain, and I'll use Friday Night Alley fights for an example because I really love that tightness.
Mhm.
You come out that curtain and I'm usually right there on that section to my left, and out of nowhere, there's like this pile of booze. It just like comes out and it just appears, and I pick them up and I spread them to the fans, and we all just love to boo you.
I
Uh,
know.
we have a good time. I gotta say, we have a really good time doing such. Uh, Chumpsuckas. Where? Why? What's going on with that?
I try to stop saying it, and then now, I say it again. So it's just it just came from I used to like one of my friends at jobs that I used to work at. He just called me a chump, so we just started taking chump and started saying chump sucker or chump bucket or something like that. So we just was playing with, but chump sucker kind of stuck with me because somebody called me a chump sucker one day, and I started laughing. I said, "That is the funniest thing I ever heard." So, and it was funny because I was watching the network like a few years ago, and I still watch the network, by the way. But I was watching it, and Stevie Ray said "chump sucker," and I just started laughing. I was like, "Really? Did you say it back then?" So, I try to use it. People like it, some people don't, but I just, I use it every once in a blue moon. It just came upon just me using it.
It's a good one because that's one of those little things that when you do it, you use it as an exclamation. It's almost like a closer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. It's just you gotta use something. It was something that clicked with me where I was like, "Oh, I remember that." So let me just use that. And then I used to call somebody a chump at work. So I was like, then one day I just used it in a promo one day, and it just clicked me on there. But I need to get a Chumpsucka shirt. Truthfully, I need to get one made. People keep asking me to get a Chumpsucka shirt.
You've never had a shirt made that says Chumpsucka on it?
Never had a shirt made Chumpsucka. I should get one. Everybody say that you go get one. So.
Well, hey, be on the lookout for the Chumpsucka. The now we've talked HOP and Tri-State Kings. Now we're gonna dive into both subjects because, man, HOP. Very, very, very the longest, might I add, because if I don't say it, they'll probably find out somehow and hurt me down the line. The longest ever Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling Tag Team Champions, and amongst others, they're like 2-3 time. I'm not sure. They got some accolades in PAPW, but
three times, Mom. 3 times.
Oh,
3 times.
3 times. Whatever. But anyways, we used to love us some House of Pain. We were behind them. They were with us. We were with them. They took us on some great rides. And then, they say we turned on them. I think they kind of turned on us. Tomato, tomato, potato, potato, whatever. And they've taken us on yet another crazy ride, us the fans. And I'm telling you, the House of Pain, don't call them the House of Pain, they'll kill you. The House of Pain, they're the current 3-time longest reigning PAPW tag team champions. And then in comes Marcel Williams, and now the 3 of them make the Tri-State Kings. With all of that rambling that I just did, I would like your thoughts and give us the fans some insight. The House of Pain, your relationship with them, and how this whole Tri-State Kings came about.
It came about because, as you know, Don, they lost the titles to Collusion, and it was Sergeant Murray's fault. So at the time when I came back and after I lost the PAPW championship to Mick Drake, Sergeant Murray was involved with me at the time. So it just all evolved where they felt like they was cheated. They lost their second reign, and because of selfishness. And I'm the same way, where the company as a whole was selfish and how they treat me in general. It was just, we clicked that way. Listen, you may not agree, Don, but all 3 of us feel like we're cheated within the company. So we got to do what's right to make the company better. So now you see the process of what's going on. Now you see the Tri-State Kings. We make the company better. And that's our plan going forward, is to take over the company as we always do. We're the franchise of PAPW. It's not like it's just a phrase. It's the truth. We're the franchise of the company. So now we will continue being the franchise and elevate not only PAPW, but venture out into other companies and bring Tri-State Kings there as well. So that's the plan.
Oh, so again, to reiterate, not staying in the home base with the Tri-State, you're going to venture out and take shit over, if you will.
But yeah, listen, Tri-State Kings, you gotta make sure that name is legit. We're trying to invade the whole Tri-State, not only the Tri-State, East Coast, West Coast, maybe even the world. So we gotta make the Tri-State Kings get out the neighborhood. By the way, so just get out the neighborhood.
What I like to do is because we the fans, we watch your performance in the ring. We go home, we talk to whoever we were with. I go with my dad all the time, so we kind of chit chat on what happened from the show. Always a good time doing that. But you guys are a little bit different. You're still all amped up. You're all fired up, and you guys do some goofy shit on the road, being the Tri-State Kings. And I know there's and I always hate to say his name, but there's a Ref Bill Thompson that you all kind of do a little traveling with. Is there a road story that you could share with the fans, maybe a little ha ha, and let us into the road life of Marcel Williams?
Um, there's a few stories. Bill is a character. I love Ref Bill. So yeah, there's a few stories. I know it was recently we went to the ACW show in Jersey, and just Bill, he just don't give a damn while he's driving. He driving one-way streets. If there was a person in the road, he would hit it. It just didn't matter. But it just like Bill is a road warrior. You know, he just like behind that wheel. You know, it just you just might well have three seatbelts on. You know, it just but nah, it's just we're all four of us, not only just Tri-State Kings, but Bill is a great guy. So it's just like we just evolve where whether it's three of them, where it's HOP and Ref Bill, and then I get involved, it's just even better. So it's just a cool group together going on the road, So I enjoy it.
No, maybe painting on one's face as you've passed out on the road, or
Nah,
no,
Listen,
no antidotes.
nah, no painting on the face, no none of that. But just sharing jokes back and forth, and then it was funny because it was another one where we went to another promotion, and it was funny. Me and HOP was in the car, and the promoter only knew Bill Thompson, and he just howled out Bill Thompson. And then we was looking like, okay, we in the car too. I guess it doesn't matter. I guess this is Bill's town. So we just mess with Ref Bill all the time. We be like, yo, this is Rhode Island. His state. So we just mess with Bill. We just joke with Bill all the time and just talk about his driving skills and then talk about the business. So none of that paint on the face and freaking taking a Sharpie or, dragging somebody in the back of the SUV, none of that stuff.
Uh, man, Ref Bill, when Ref Bill he came on my show. I don't know if you know that, but well, not my show. It's our show, the fans. This is our show. This isn't my show. He came on, and I was drinking moonshine, apple pie moonshine, and I don't drink, and I was all effed up on moonshine. It was it was amazing. It was a lot of fun. But he was talking. We had some good times, and man, that ACW show though. You look up, and it's 4 floors high, and there's people surrounding that. The floor is the level floor is covered with people. Have you ever been in an ambiance like that for wrestling? Because I sure the hell haven't.
Nah, I never been in that type of environment before. That was different. I've been around like a good amount of crowds, but that one was like it had that little nitro feel. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you remember the first Nitro, but it had that nitro feel where you look up like, wow, like this how it feels, So it was a cool environment. It was cool, like the whole logistics of it was real good. I liked it. It was so hopefully they do that again because that was a great concept to do it in a mall like that, especially like that. I've been in a mall like multi times, and it just seeing that whole setup the way it was that was a great thing for that company, and I enjoyed it.
We are celebrating Zebra Week this week, celebrating the fine refs that we have in our industry in our area. I've had the likes of El Ref, Ref Miggy, Ref Blue Shoes Gina, Ref Bill Thompson, Ref Quinn. I mean, we've had a fantastic week, and there's still more to come to celebrate Zebra Week. Do you find that it's easier to work with one ref or another in your matches, or a ref is a ref?
To me, a ref is a ref, but it depends on how you direct them in certain matches, if you understand where I'm coming from. So it's like I I like working with Gina. Gina is real good where she's teachable, she's coachable. Bill is too. L ref is too. It just if the ref is coachable, then they're easy to work with. It's just certain times when I see botches from a ref, it's communication. It's bad
Okay.
communication. So certain times you can't blame a ref because of bad communication between three people or whether it's four people in the ring. So
Mhm.
I usually don't get mad at the refs if it's bad communication. It's sometimes bad communication. It is what it is. It's I usually don't get mad over nonsense. Like I see people get mad at a ref for like messing up a count. If you would have told them, okay, well, listen, this is the finish, and maybe I'm gonna do that finish earlier on, and just be more because everybody's different. So every ref is not the same. So you gotta make sure you communicate it, whether it's you gonna do three moves in a row, and then the third one you gonna count three.
Mhm.
You just gotta communicate that. So every ref that I worked with been fine. I don't have no problem with any ref. So whether it's Gina, L ref, John from PAPW as well, but I never had a problem with it. I usually have fun with whatever ref is in there.
We have fun with refs. It's been an amazing ride with the wrestlers and the
Mm-hmm.
referees. Matt DeCourt, on his upcoming as a ring announcer,
Yeah.
you've been part of PAPW for quite some time, and I would like to get your perspective on one Matt DeCourt, because that's somebody that I've never, not somebody, but that ring announcer part is something I've never touched upon on these interviews. And his name came to mind because he's very associated with Paradise Alley. Um,
Mm-hmm.
can you talk about Matt DeCourt and seeing him on his coming up right now?
Now he's a great guy, great person to have on board. He's just like Mark Adam, like he's coachable. Like if you sit here and tell him, okay, well, listen, this is a presentation that I need for this certain segment or whatever match, he understands. And then he'll throw in ideals as well, because that's how you gotta have not only in the wrestling business but in life. You gotta be able to take some certain stuff from other people as well too, because maybe your ideal is good, but it could be better if somebody give you something else too. So I
Mhm.
take it as, sir, like he's coachable. Matt is a great guy personally and on board as a ring announcer. So I'm glad he's venturing out as well.
Mhm.
He's working other shows as well. So it's just good for him because now he's learning from other promotions and the
Mhm.
challenges or whether it's good or bad times, he's learning it. So he's got that mind where he's coachable. So I praise him.
He's always professional. I've seen him
Mhm.
at a few different places now. Like you said, he's branched out. Um, he's always professional. He always looks very clean dressed.
Mhm.
His voice, he's kind of come about his own ring voice right now.
Yep.
I
He
think
found
I
his
think he's
own
gonna,
groove.
yeah, I think he's gonna do fantastic. So I can't wait to see what happens with Matt DeCourt, because Paradise Alley, you guys are really, you're putting out some good talent, man, and spreading those wings, like you said, is where it's at. But getting back to the Tri-State Kings and where you're going to take over, I'm kind of curious myself personally. I'm just being selfish on this question.
Mhm.
Where specifically do that does are the eyes of the Tri-State Kings looking at right now? Anything in specific? Any state right now that when this all this stupid shit comes down and we all come back,
Mhm.
where are you going first?
We want to try to invade the New York area again and Jersey, and then move forward. I wanted to like do Canada soon. I want to do Canada. I gotta get my passport though, but I want to do other stuff where it's like it's a different environment. You know what I'm saying? I want to like hopefully go to the UK or something. You know, so it's just like you just gotta live life. If you fully understand where I'm coming from, you gotta live life. So now to the point now is like I want to venture out, and whether it's myself or HOP, we just want to venture out to make not only a Tri-State Kings brand better, but ourselves better.
Right.
So that's the plan.
You are your own brand, because without you selling yourself or selling your merch, or it doesn't happen, because nobody's going to do it for you. That's another part.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's another part of wrestling, man. You are your own brander, salesman, if you will. Could you give the fans, where can we find Marcel Williams on the social media, so maybe we can gain a little bit more exposure for Marcel Williams?
Instagram at Showtime Marcel, Twitter at Showtime Marcel as well. And you can also find me on Facebook under Marcel Williams. And I got a YouTube page as well, so you can check that out. I got a few old matches on there from Mr. Williams to even some current. I got updated anyway, but you can find me on there and chat with me, and I'll chat back.
Hey, I gotta go see me some Mr. Williams. I gotta go check him out.
Yeah, I got updated. It's old matches up there. I think the current one I put up there recently was me versus Vinny Pacifico, and that was it. I got updated. I got a lot of matches out there somewhere on the web that I gotta get.
Hey, don't count Vinny out. I love Vinny Pacifico. Holy cow.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah. Cool guy. Another young upcomer, Vinny Pacifico, man. Again, you guys in Paradise Alley, I know that some companies really, bring in these giant names to kind of push their company name and try to maybe get more eyes on, and I get it, but you guys use a lot of the homegrown names, but you also get some fantastic names, like Chris Bay, Damian Smith, and I mean, some of the Takara guys, and I mean, the names go on. Sebastian Cage, the names go on and on and on. That is holy, Mr. Williams. I hate to be interrupted. Have you ever met? Put that stuff down. Have you ever? I am so sorry, sir. Please,
dude, you're good.
Let's see. Have you ever met Big Jacob P? Can you see him right now?
I can see the top of his head, but now I see him. He's all good. Now I see him.
All right.
How you doing? Good.
So I guess he just got home. I don't know what he was out on the road with his mom, and
cool.
He likes to kind of barge in on my interviews every so often, and you happen to be one of them. Again, I apologize.
He's doing a run-in.
Yeah. But Big Jacob P, what he does is he likes to ask maybe a question or two. Are you up for that, sir?
I'm up for that.
Okay. Big Jacob P, would you? Oh, that's Showtime Marcel Williams. Did I tell you that? Oh, okay. That's Showtime Marcel Williams.
See, that means you don't like me, Don. You never talk about me to him. See, that's what.
Sorry. Oh, he's struggling over here. All right.
My soda?
You never man. You sit right here like a big boy.
I'm trying to get my soda.
No, let's leave the soda alone. Wait, you got soda? Oh my God, why would your mother do that?
There we go.
Hey, all right, we have a question or two. Go ahead, shoot to Mr. Marcel Williams. Showtime.
Do you have a laptop?
Oh yeah, I'm on one right now.
He's on one right now. He's using Skype on his laptop.
Yeah, for the first time, by the way, I'm having problems with this Skype thing. I don't know what's going on. I'm having difficulties with this Skype. I'm learning it today. I'm trying to mess with it, but yeah, I got a laptop. I'm just trying to learn this Skype thingy-majiggy.
It's his first time using Skype. Did you have a second question, sir?
What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is royal blue. What's yours, by the way?
Yeah, specifically royal blue. Could you tell Mr. Marcel Williams what your favorite color is?
Blue.
Blue, cool deal.
Yeah.
And I have two more, red and green.
Oh, well, that's favorite colors. Are those your questions for Mr. Showtime Marcel Williams? Yeah, all right. Marcel, thank you so much for letting Big Jacob P come and barge in on our run in on our scene.
Listen, that's fine. That's fine. Just be safe out there, my little guy.
Yeah, we are being safe, right? All right. Get off my bony legs, because I'm all skin and bones. We all know that. Wait, thank you with you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. I don't know. We'll see. He doesn't like me much, so we're figuring it out now.
That's messed up.
Nothing. We're just playing. That's okay. That's okay. Oh God. Oh, he's such a riot, man. He's a lot of fun.
Hey, he's being a kid.
I'm gonna kill him now. What?
I don't know what time it is.
Well, I don't know. He's chit chatting about something. I don't know what's going on over there.
Hey, listen.
So no, but me and Mr. Showtime are talking. All right, you skedaddle, get out of here. Oh, good. He's skipping. Hey, he's skipping now. Mr. Martel. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's gonna
messing
be
me
next to me.
up, guy.
Jesus.
You've been sipping that moonshine. That's what's going on.
No, it's Pepsi. Neat. I swear. Mr. Marcel Williams, you've been an absolute joy today. You've shared some insight. Again, for the fans that never met you or for the fans that already know you, you gave us a little insight. It was an absolute pleasure today. It's getting cloudier, and I know it's not going to rain, but if it does, I don't want to. Oh, what's that? Oh, I don't want to get rained on. That's
that'd be a bad deal.
Yeah, we don't want that. Marcel Williams, an absolute joy. Oh, is there anything that you'd like to? I don't tell the fans anything else about your story that maybe I haven't asked because I write nothing down and I'm a space case. So, is there anything that I didn't touch upon that you'd like to speak to fans about?
You know what? I'm the same way. I don't write stuff down either. But it's just everything was talked about. I enjoyed your company, and I enjoyed this Skype call. Next time, do something different with this Skype. I got to figure it out. But if you want to do it again, we'll do it again. We'll talk about something else, or whether it's like other wrestling stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
you know? So I'm down. I got the time. So. I enjoyed your company and the fans giving them their time, So I enjoyed it.
Beautiful. I thank you again. I sound like a broken record, but I just like to make sure that we're all thankful for everything that you guys and girls do. This was Stirring the Pot with Don Kincaid. And my very special guest, who did not kill me, I don't know how. I don't know how I managed to get through this one. I
don't know. I don't know how I'm gonna kill you through, this right here. I mean, I can't reach through the screen, but yeah.
You're part of the Tri-State Kings. You guys got some effing reach, okay? So that's this was Stirring the Pot with my very, very special guest, Showtime. Don't call him Martel because he'll kill you. Marcel Williams.
Be safe out there, guys. And like I said, I enjoy Stirring the Pot. And check out Stirring the Pot. You got great talent on here. And it's a great avenue for everybody, not only Don Kincaid. So be safe out there and stay home, people.
Thank you. That was a fantastic message.